Looks like it's game over for US dollar. The least would be that they will not be dominating the world economy. The worst is they're dead. US dollar is dead. And I'll tell you why. Multiple reasons. So let's start with this payment method. I want to play this video. She almost as an expert who talks about BRICS, and she's also analyzing BRICS and their development, their progresses all the time.
A new BRICS Pay card was revealed for the first time. It is part of a new BRICS Pay transaction settlement system, so the card itself is just a small fraction of what is to come and what the BRICS bloc is currently working on.
Okay, so this card, if you do not know anything about this card, is going to be used by all BRICS members. And if you have this card, and let's say you go to Russia and you're from India, you will not have to use or do an exchange for your Indian currency. So if you're an Indian going to Russia, you do not have to exchange rupees for ruble. You can actually use that card, and that card will take care of all of it, all of the transactions. In other words, it will save you the transaction fee, it will save you the exchange fee, the currency rate, all of those things. The extra payment, extra fees that you'll be paying, you will not have to do it. And she said, her name is Lena, she said that this is just actually the beginning of it. Let's see what she has to say more.
Just as intended, BRICS Pay provides the bloc's member countries with expanded payment options. During the conference, every single person who was in attendance had an opportunity to test this new BRICS Pay card. I believe that each card had a balance on it that allowed an individual to get a coffee or get a light meal. It could be used during the forum on October the 17th through October.
So basically, they are already using that card in Russia, in Kazan, and they can buy coffee, they can buy anything for any purchase within the BRIC countries, BRIC nations. They can use that card. So it's just like a MasterCard, Visa card. You do not have to depend or use those cards anymore. Now, when we talk about this payment method, we also have to address the currency, because if BRICS doesn't have currency, then it means really these payment cards will not be as beneficial, because still there is going to be some hassle with the processing of the transaction and all that. Now there is this new video that shows Putin was holding a prototype of the BRICS currency that they are planning to launch. I want to play the video a little bit here so you can see holding that BRICS currency. This is what was mentioned, but obviously this is just a prototype, or maybe they are trying to obviously print the actual currency, BRICS currency, but this is just a demonstration the progress that Russia is making and the BRICS countries they're making in terms of introducing their own currency, just like what we have in the European countries, their euros. Now I also want you to take a look at this particular video where you see how BRICS is becoming so aggressively powerful in terms of world monetary system and how it works and who dominates it. And also at the same time, they're going to be I think they should and eventually will become a military alliance. Take a look at this video first.
There is no charter, secretariat or funds to finance the group's activities, and yet over 30 countries applied for membership to the BRICS this year. The group has doubled in size in 2024 and is still accepting new applications. Russia's chairmanship this year focused on that very task to smooth the introduction of new members, with the first results to be announced later this month at the leader.
Okay, so they are accepting new application. They are introducing BRICS to new countries. In fact, it is not that BRICS is reaching out to these new countries. It is the other way around. These countries are coming to BRICS. And when we talk about including more or new BRICS members, let's talk about what we are really meaning here, because this is something important. So new members, so for example, the country Indonesia, they have already started the process to be included in the BRICS. Now this country of Indonesia, they have the 16th largest economy in the world with $1.47 trillion worth of their GDP, and they rank in 16th, not 17th, 16th in the ranking of global GDP. Their growth is 5.31%. They have GDP per capita 5,271. Now, the interesting or the most significant part of Indonesia joining BRICS is that they have a population. They have the fourth largest population in the world. This is the fourth largest country in terms of its population. So that means a lot. Now, another country who is joining BRICS is going to be Turkey. In Turkey, obviously, we know they have the second largest military in NATO, and they are the 17th largest economy in the world. Turkey is also the founding member of OECD and G20. You see G20 all the time. The country's economy ranked 17th largest in the world and 7th largest in Europe by nominal GDP in 2024. It also ranked as the 11th largest in the world and 5th largest in Europe by PPP in 2024. But we know that this is a ranking from PPP, but we have to go with what was published in the mainstream news media, which is that Turkey is the 17th largest. Even after that, like even if you take that into consideration, that's huge. 17th largest economy in the world. Now, there is more news to, more surprising, I should say, news to you guys for the BRICS. North Korea, they are now showing interest to join BRICS. Now, this brings me to the discussion of North Korean troops being used in Russia against Ukraine. When Vladimir Putin visited North Korea a few months ago, I think a couple of months ago, 3 months ago, I think one of the promises that he made to Kim Jong-un is that I will try my best to include you in BRICS. And this is going to be helping North Korea immensely, like big time. And so I think this is my understanding why Russia will go to North Korea and offer them so many things. And in return, North Korea said, okay, take my troops, take my army, and you can use them. So Russia is obviously going to be a catalyst. Their effort is going to be a catalyst in terms of including North Korea into the BRICS. And we have talked about the second largest army of NATO. Turkey has officially joined BRICS as a partner nation, not a full member. Then we have Cuba, BRICS partner country, has also joined in the hope of building a fairer and more democratic world order. Cuba is joining the BRICS bloc as a partner country. The country's president, Miguel Diaz-Canel, announced. So again, Cuba is joining, North Korea is joining, Cuba has already joined, Turkey has joined as a partner country. Now, big surprise, even Palestine is showing their support or interest, I should say, in joining BRICS. And this is Mahmud Abbas from Palestine. He is saying that we also want to join BRICS. Now, this is where things get interesting. If they become eventually a military alliance, as I said in the beginning of this video, possible, I think it is possible they could even have a agreement between nations that if one nation is under attack, then the other nations will help. So just like NATO, they could actually turn, BRICS could actually, turn into a military alliance. Who knows? And if that happens, you know what I'm saying? If Palestinian, they say to BRICS, if that happens, hypothetically, that we are under attack, help us, then Russia, China, all of these countries will have the obligation to help them out. But again, that is far-fetched. I'm not going to be entertaining the idea too much here. But again, going back to the list of countries joining BRICS, now Indonesia officially begins process of becoming BRICS members. And we also have 35 countries total. Now, here is where it gets really, really serious for United States, for the dollar. As I said in the beginning, that dollar is dying and they're dead. Because look at this number. 5 billion people, guys. 5 billion people, these countries, the BRICS countries have. If you think about this, 5 billion people is more than half of world population. Now, how many we have? 8 billion maybe, or maybe 9 billion, who cares? But I think 8 billion, right? So if you have 5 billion people using BRICS currency, then there is really no need for US dollar anymore, because all they have to do is to avoid these Western countries traveling there frequently, or reducing the dependence on these Western countries. Then they will never have to go to these Western countries unless they go for vacation or all those things. But other than making business trips and all those things. So you will see less and less countries, and the citizens of the BRICS countries are going to Europe and America for business trips. I think that will reduce quite significantly, because now they will be doing business with their own partner countries. If you think about this also, Western countries, all of them, without any exception, they rely heavily on natural resources, power supply. All of them. Right now, a lot of them are self-sufficient. I will not doubt about that. I know, because US, they can produce their own electricity. I think Canada can do that, gas and electricity and all those things, and many other European countries too. However, there are still quite a bit of number of countries in the European nation who heavily depend on this power supply, these natural resources. I mean, oil is something that everyone depends, especially United States. Saudi Arabia MBS did not show up for the BRICS meeting. I don't know why. What happened to him? Maybe he has a toothache. I don't know. I'm just making it up. But you get my point. He should have joined. If he did join it, Saudi Arabia is, by the way, a partner of BRICS. Don't go anywhere. Don't say, oh, Saudi Arabia will not join, therefore US will get the oil supply. No, Saudi Arabia is already a BRICS member, a partner country. And so we are seeing that because these countries, all of these Western countries, they depend on energy, they go to which countries? Russia. They go to which country? Iran. This is why Europe is always against attacking Iran by Israel. This is why you see Macron is freaking out. Why? Why Macron would care all of a sudden about Iran? It is because Iran has those energy supplies that goes to every country in the Western countries. So if these BRICS members say, okay, we're going to turn off that energy supply to these Western countries, guess what? They will be frozen to death. So they know that this is becoming a big challenge. Now, the only problem, or people might say, is with BRICS is between China and India. And China, there is this statement made by Xi Jinping. He said that China says India has no power to decide which country can or cannot join BRICS. But there is good news for Indian and for the Chinese people, and that is that, guys, China and India recently, they have settled their border dispute in decades. This was so shocking to me, because I've been following those Ladakh, those border region where Indian soldier and Chinese soldiers are fighting all the time. There's tension going on. And now, because of BRICS, China and India say, oh, forget about all of this. They are actually dismantling those structures, those checkpoints, those army bases, because they're saying to each other, China and India, we don't need these checkpoints. We are brothers. We are friends. We are BRICS member. Man, come on, buddy. So it is over. It's game over for US. They relied on India and China's tension to make more money and become dominant when it comes to imposing sanctions on other nations. But now, even now, that is gone. So US dollar hegemony is over. Now US dollar, I'm not saying that US dollar will be dead in the sense that the country itself will collapse. No, I'm not saying that. US dollar will remain, but the hegemony, the US dollar hegemony in the world's financial market is over, is done deal. Thank you so much for your comments. I have some comments here. Actually, I'm going to be reading it from here. Syed, Khadija, some comments, guys. Thank you, guys. The Prophet's Path. Thank you, guys, for your comments. Actually, I'm going to be showing you the comments here. I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.